right, guys. Sorry about being a little bit. I was trying to get my computer set up. It was being a little bit slow, so I know my OneDrive is uploading pictures or something. I'm gonna scooch. Maybe. All right. Ugh. Okay. There we go. All right. So, sorry about that. Okay. So, here we are, our second live. Trying to think of what to talk about first here. I notice there's no one in the house yet. It's okay. You know, you guys can watch later. I'm gonna use my TV to pull up the help videos. We have I guess I'll cover these topics first.
I don't even have time to think of a.
I'm just gonna pull this up because it's gonna just go into part of it.
I don't even have time to think.
Okay. This is Full Spectrum Survival. I'm not great at the lives yet. I'm working on it. I really hope you guys all get on here and join us. I think I'm gonna go ahead and share this real quick. Chloe, Scott's at work, Lalani, Erica, Vivian, Leanne, Carol, I'll go Cheryl, Lynn, Toby, Lisa, Charlene, Amy, Brenda, Jeff, Paul, Jennifer, Pam. Yeah, I don't care if he listens in on it. Let him comment, that's fine. Dina. Oh. Destiny, Anita. Chloe's Destiny. I just want to get this out there to a few people and okay. Mandy usually gets on here. Well, it's only the second one, I say usually. All right, so things going on. I'm just gonna jump right into it. The title, I titled it "How Bad Are Things Getting Really?" To put it mildly, I don't know how much time we have left as far as to get prepared to. First of all, I have to live without it. I don't know how much time we have left. Things are shaping up very quickly. China, very, very big sorry, my hair lost. Very, very big possibility that they could be the ones that will take down our power grids. It's just there's a lot of conflicts breaking out Um, sorry. There's too many. There's too many people, too many channels, too many different news outlets that are talking. We're not talking mainstream because mainstream doesn't tell you anything. Too many news outlets that are actually talking about blackouts that are going to end up coming. Boots, you better be good. Boots! Sorry. I'm gonna have to put a temporary thing up in front of the window on the inside to keep him from getting out right now. You better be good. Think I can't reach you from here? I absolutely can reach you from here. You better behave yourself. Anyway, I'm just gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna play the one video that I watched earlier. Hang on, Boots. No. I might have to get up and make sure that he can't get out.
Of a quicker introduction.
So here it is.
I don't even have time to think of a.
No. No. All right. I know there's no one in the house right now. Ah. Boots. All right. Hang on, guys. You better be good. Come on. Buddy. Come on, Boots. There you go. Nebula, leave her alone. Leave him alone. All right, sorry. Nebula, stop it. All right, I got a thumbs up. I don't know if Mandy's gonna get on or not, but we'll see. Yeah, so this is full spectrum survival, and this is you're gonna get more information.
A quicker introduction because this entire country is going down. Let's go ahead and get right into it and showing you that this is not just the USA. Countries are invading and engaging in war with each other. There are huge bioweapons campaigns that are reported to be
I'll just
online
let you
right
listen
now.
to this.
China is ready to send an EMP to the United States of America that is going to do a lot more than just shut us down for a couple of weeks. It's going to shut us down for 10 years. And when an EMP happens inside of our nation, the first 3 days are going to be relatively normal. Your kids are going to freak out because no social media, your access to information is going to be non-existent, but your family and your friends and your neighbors will come together. After those 3 days, when things really start to get real for them, they will become selfish. They will start thinking about every resource they have, every last bean they can count, every grain of rice that they have access to, and every kinetic projectile tool that they have at their disposal. There will come a time between day 3 and day 12 where they decide they're going to have to go out and take it. And they will take it possibly from you. So it's not just America. We have these things happening all over our world. This is the Taliban reportedly sending forces to the clashes at the.
Okay. So one of the big things, EMP. I've talked about it for years. EMP is literally going to be it's an electromagnetic pulse, and EMP is going to be our power that's being taken out. Now, I have my firm beliefs in why I know that it's going to happen. I'm not going to go into that in this video right now. It absolutely is going to happen. It's not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Okay. China absolutely has the technology to make it happen. Russia. I do believe in North Korea. Not sure about Iran, but definitely those three. China definitely has the technology. They have the weapon, what they call the EMP nuke, that all they would have to do is let it go, and it would detonate just far enough outside our atmosphere to cause a huge electromagnetic pulse across the country. And if they set one off on one end, one side just outside the atmosphere and the other side just outside the atmosphere, one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast, for sure, power grids would just go down just like that. It would literally, they have the technology, they have the EMP nuke technology weapon that literally would melt our power grids down. Would, fixing them. I mean, not what we have right now. They would have to completely rebuild it. And it just wouldn't happen. So, aside of all that, discussing ins of the details of who's out there, I think. Yeah, he's out there because Cream is right. Okay. All right. Anyway. Like the how of the insider information. Oh, how does it happen? No, it that part doesn't really matter. The point is, when it happens, our power grids go down. That means everything goes off. Your lights, EMP, it's going to take out your computer, your phones, anything computerized, your car. Not even my van will work. It's 2013. It's run by a computer. Totally done. No power. Right now, we'd be screwed. We don't even have a way to get our water out of the well. That's $80. I'm actually going to have to go to Family Farm and Home, and I'm going to have to get that pump, and then we're going to have to figure out how to get it installed, which will definitely be video worthy. But we wouldn't have a way to get water unless we walked to find it somewhere. And I'd have to set up like rainwater. I mean, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. I need to price those. I'm going to be at Family Farm later tomorrow, and I'm going to look and see what the price of that pump is. Because 3-4 days without water, you're done. Like, you'll die a lot faster without water. Oh, You don't want that, obviously. I mean, I don't even have all the ways to preserve food right now without electricity. I have my green beans, my beans from the garden in the freezer. I don't have a pressure canner I can use. I used my old pressure canner, which I could use. I'd have to replace the seals, which I might just have to look into doing. But again, we're going to have to stock up on food for like the winter. We don't even have our wood stove set to be able to use. Be without heat. I don't have a way to safely store propane. So see, we're on the end of the spectrum of grids go down, we got a problem. No water, no heat. Boots. Hang on. You better behave yourself. Anyway, yeah, we would be kind of up a creek because we don't have much non-perishable food. I mean, that's something I'm gonna have to stock up on for winter, like lots of beans, lots of canned beans. Oh, lots of probably pasta with like sauces. Dang it, Boots, hang on. I swear if he gets out. Boots, get out of there! Dang it! Oh my God. Sorry, guys, hang on. Be right back. Come here. Can't leave you in the house. I should have put it in. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's fixing the window. Nope. No, it's not. No. Fix that later. All right, hang on, guys. I swear. I'm gonna have to take some fencing and put her across the inside of this. That's it. Go. And I'm gonna have to do that first thing. Or before I go to bed. No. I'm not gonna do it. Sorry guys, I need to disappear on ya. I did not mean to disappear on you. I had to go. So, all right. Now I gotta go get Nebula back in here. I'll be right back. Again, I didn't mean to disappear on you. Coming back in a second. Lay down. I apologize. I mean, just if anybody was like in the house, they probably disappeared. Yeah. Didn't mean to do that. Hold on, guys. Checking something. Okay. Sorry, I had to check something real quick. All right, I apologize for that. Jeez. I have a choice to go take care of it.
The Pakistani border.
Okay, so what can we do? What can you do to get ready for an EMP? For the grids to go down, for no power? Water. Water, 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 water. Water is your biggest thing. You have to have water. Have to have water. Okay? And you can live for 30 plus days without food. But water, no, you can't. You have to have water. So that's imperative. You have to have obviously food. You have to have a way to get food, store food. Seeds. That's a major thing. Get seeds, and then we're out of season now. Do you have a way to grow seeds inside? But again, you're still waiting for that food. So, rice, beans, lentils, dried peas. I personally don't like peas. So, soup beans, canned beans, canned meats. Now, a lot of them aren't real healthy, but in a pinch, it's still going to give you food. Chicken, tuna, salmon. I didn't write down canned beef. I just, too much grease. No, gross. And you want to stay away from like stuff that has a lot of additives and preservatives and crap in it. If you can't pronounce it, you shouldn't be eating it. Okay. Just saying. Tomatoes are one thing. Lots of canned tomatoes, canned whole tomatoes, canned diced tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, tomato sauce, tomato paste. It's going to be your base for a lot of different dishes. And I know some of you are in an area where you really couldn't cook outside, but you know what? You might have to find a way. Because even if you have a gas stove, where are you going to get gas after the grids go down? And I don't mean gas like in cars, okay? I mean propane. Propane fuel. Where are you going to get that from? You're not going to be able to. So you have to be able to cook over a fire. There are ways, and I think I'll start doing some videos on this, where you can build little stoves that you can cook on, like little fire stoves, that are just enough to where you can cook on. You need pans that you can easily cook on a wood fire. Cast iron is great. Look at thrift stores. Goodwill's kind of expensive, unless you know someone that works there. You can give them the money because they get 50% off. Cast iron, stainless steel, glass. Glasses, I mean, it works on like a wood cook stove. Now, if you're fortunate enough to have a wood stove that has a flat top, you can use that to cook with. You can put your Dutch oven pans on it to heat water. As long as you have your water source, you can do rainwater collection and boil that water for safety. Now, I think the boiling is like 20 minutes at least, 20, 30 minutes. I'll have to look that one up. I'll do a video on that. But you have to have a way to cook. Bottom line. Now, your canned beans, they can be eaten cold. Not fancy, it's not great, but you're not going to starve. Breads. Oh, nice. We have 2 people. Nice. Hi, guys. Say hi. Let me know who you are. It is possible to make an oven, an outdoor cooking oven. Listen to me. It is possible to build an oven. If you're fortunate enough to have the money to get online, Amazon, whatever, and buy a sun oven, it's totally off-grid, totally solar. You don't need electricity. Perfect in grid down situation. And you can cook everything in it. Okay? So, right now I don't have the money for that. If we would ever get our income taxes back, I will buy one. I was planning on it anyway, but still. So you have to have a way to cook. You really should have a way to bake, like breads. Now there are fry breads. You can do like fried potato breads. Potatoes are a great thing to stock up on. look around for your metal trash bins. Not ones that have been used for trash garbage. It's gross. It's really gross unless you have a way to clean them really good. But a metal trash bin, clean trash can. And it's best to use sand, I think. Pretty sure. It's best to use sand. I'll look that one up and get back with you guys on that. But you can, and this is an Amish, the Amish store potatoes this way as well. A layer of your dirt or sand or whatever in the bottom, and then you put, potatoes at like the same distance apart until, that area is full. They're not touching each other. Put more on top of it. And then you do the same thing until it's full. And then you have potatoes. Potatoes are great. They take a little bit to cook, but you can also take those and make fry breads out of them. Now, flour. My go-to right now is probably going to be stocking up on unbleached flour. I have the same problem as a lot of the rest of you guys. I don't have a lot of money. I work at Rich's gas station here in Leslie. I make $13.40 an hour. Now, right now, I'm getting 40 hours a week. I'm still catching up on things. I have a couple of, I have bills I'm trying to get paid up. We had a point where I wasn't making much money, and Scott's hours fell off. So, we're kind of playing catch up, and me and Aaron are trying to catch up on the light bill and that kind of thing. So, and I have my car insurance. I just paid my insurance on my van. So, I have the same problem that the rest of you guys do with money and that kind of thing. So, I forgot where my brain was going. I was talking about what? Potatoes? Oh, flour. Yeah, flour storage. Now you can take quart jars, half-gallon jars, and gallon jars. Put your flour in those, and you can dry can them in the oven. It takes out the stuff that you would have to worry about, like little bugs and stuff getting into it. And it will keep it safe, and it makes it more shelf stable. So flour, you can dry can it. And again, for us, it's going to be probably just stocking up on unbleached flour. But see, I still have to get my jars out of the basement. I haven't been down to the basement. I haven't done my rearranging down there. I haven't reorganized down there. I've had a lot going on. I'm not going down there alone. I don't like the basement. Yes, for me, that's a thing. But potato breads, and you're talking about bread. If you don't have an oven, okay, and you can make a crude off-grid stove. I did. It doesn't take a whole lot. Cinder blocks, something, an area for your ash to collect, and you keep that ash, keep it dry, and have a spot to put the wood, like above your ash collection area, and then something to cover the top. That's all you need. And then obviously, and I need to stock up on these too. lighters, matches. Now on Amazon, there's something called Forever matches that you can get. I'm planning on getting those. But you can take potatoes and cook them, mash them, and then add flour, and you can make potato breads. And they're actually really good and they're really healthy. You can add seasonings, herbs, whatever to them. Oh, hey guys, say hi. I don't know who you are. Hopefully, hi guys. I got 3 people. We got 3 people in the house. That's amazing. All right, so we're talking about things going on and things that we can do to get ready for possible disaster, grid down kind of thing. What if it's in the wintertime? What if power grids fail? You don't have any heat, you don't have any electricity, yada yada yada. What can you do? We have a wood stove. I'm gonna get my son up there to get that chimney cleaned out like this week, or I'm making phone calls. We have to have that wood stove. Now for us, okay, we get that wood stove to where we can use it. We could cook on that in the house. So, plus I have my off-grid stove. I'm tempted to take, I don't know if I want to leave the off-grid stove way out where it is. Or I'm going to try to collect on the materials and build another one. So, I apologize for the house, guys. If, I apologize. It does look a lot better than it did, believe me. I haven't taken care of a few things today, so I've been just kind of resting up from work for the last 6 days of working. I have my dinner sitting over there that I'm going to cover with the towels. I'll eat after the live is done, because I'm not going to sit here and munch on food. Yeah. I am still really tired. I was going to lay down, but decided I needed to, get into my information and stuff so I can get ready for this live. And I did another video for my other channel, which I haven't even gotten up there because I didn't want that still uploading when I needed to go live. So anyway, that was at the point. Anyway, so you can do potato breads. You don't have to necessarily have, an oven. Meats. If you have meat in your freezer. Let's see, we have the same problem. Meat in our freezer. What if we lose power? What if it's permanent? What are we going to do? Okay. You can dry that meat. You can cook part of it, dry part of it. I would honestly say dry a lot of it down. I'm actually going to try to get a smokehouse built. And that way, we'll have a way to deal with our meat. Because we have like chicken and we have some beef and we have venison and we have most of the stuff was given to us. We have a few other things. But you have to have a way to deal with that and to put it up so you have food, so you have meat, and so you don't lose all that. But yeah, so that's another thing. But if you get like your shelf stable meats, I mean, you can also can meat. You can do that. But you need a pressure canner, and you need to know what you're doing. I've never done it, so I'm probably gonna have to practice on that one. And I'm not sure. I'm a little leery because I don't want to lose meat if I do it wrong. You know what I mean? Beef jerky. Jerkies. Meat jerkies. Now, you don't want a bunch of stuff that's got a bunch of additives and preservatives and crap in it. Try to get it as natural as possible. As few ingredients as possible. Even with groceries, grabbing a couple packages of, your jerkies. Put those in your stock up because that's good protein. It's, that good energy, good, you know what I mean? It's going to give you what you need in a pinch. And the other thing, I'm on YouTube telling you guys what we have, what we're doing. We have food, Do we have enough to carry us until next year? No, we don't. We don't have enough flour. I could tell you that right now. One bag that we have is open. I have 7 quarts of canned peaches. Actually 6, because I gave Chloe one. We have a few, we have some jars of the peach jam that I made. Someone stole all our plums. So unfortunately, we didn't get any of those. Not great. We have stuff in our freezer, but if there's no electricity, that's going to become, okay, well, we eat that first. We're going to be able to eat it all before it goes bad? Probably not. You can take, as far as the meat goes, I'm going to see if I can get a smokehouse built soon. So we have a way to deal with meat. We do have our chickens. We don't have a way for them to reproduce. I don't have any roosters. I don't have a chicken garden. We're just getting started again. I have a weird spot in my hand. Can we feed our animals? For a while. And that's another thing. You got to be able to stock up on your pet foods or have the things that you need to make them. It's stuff that I want to be able to get stocked up on, and I'm working on it. It's just honey. So, it's stuff that we're looking at and for a very near future. And just one of those things, And in our situation, it's stuff that we have to think about it, And this is one of the reasons everybody eventually is going to be thrust into this. So it's what are you guys going to do? What are you going to do in that situation? Not going to be able to go anywhere. Vehicle's not going to work unless you have bicycles or a vehicle that was made before 1986. And then even if you do go somewhere, how are you going to get gas? Unless, you have a way to stock up on it. And there's, a certain way that you have to store it. And I don't know what that is. I have to do research on that. But again, it's not going to matter for us because my vehicle won't work anyway, neither will Aaron's. So I'm looking at bikes if we have to go anywhere. But again, that's money. Oh, we're very behind right now. Very. You know what? God's provided so far, and he'll continue to do that. So, anyway, nuts and seeds are another recommended thing to stock up on. Acorns, you can actually collect those. You can make flour out of them. I was watching a video earlier. I'll do a video on that as well. About I use them for food. You know, it's like everything is not hopeless. It's just going to take work. And you have to be willing to do that work. So, all right. So, oats is another one. Well, with your nuts and seeds, you want to make sure you store them in a cool, dry place. You want to make sure they're dry so they don't go rancid on you. Oats, super easy to store. They're full of nutrients. They're heart healthy. You can buy them in bulk and they're pretty cheap. So, and they keep really well. Coconut oil, you're going to want that. Coconut oil is very easy to cook in. It adds a great flavor to your foods, your meats, your even veggies. I love coconut oil. I ran out, but anyway. I'm going to be stocking up on coconut oil for sure. But even at Meijer, here in Michigan, Meijer or coconut oil, the coconut oil that I buy, it's the Lulu brand something. It's a white jar, plastic jar, and it's plastic, whatever. And it's a fairly big jar. It's not 32 ounce, but it's like I think it's 20 some ounces, maybe. Might be a 28 ounce, I don't know. And it's unrefined. Let me see if I can find one of the jars. All right, Nebula, you're in the way. I love you, but you're in the way. Hang on, guys. Trying to find my coconut oil. There we go. Canned salmon is another really good one. The canned tuna fish isn't great. Oh, it's Louisiana. Okay. This is the coconut oil we use. Sorry. I'm bad about that. There it is. Louisiana, 100% pure coconut oil, non-hydrogenated, zero trans fat. It's unrefined, non-GMO. So, and it's a really good coconut oil. But that jar's empty. So, again, we need some more. But that jar right there is about $12 at Meijer. Excuse me. So, but I need to start buying that in honey every paycheck. With your honey, you want raw, unfiltered honey. You don't want heated, processed honey because it's just liquid sugar at that point, which is bad for you. Very bad for you. Canned soups and broths. Try to go for your healthier soups. The less ingredients, the better. You don't want if you can't pronounce it, don't buy it. Okay? It's just not worth it. It's very unhealthy. Store those in a cool, dry place. Now, if you have the means, if you have the meat to take it from, you can actually get your broths from like chicken. If you have your own chickens that you've processed from your own farm, when you cook those, you can get the broth from them and you can can that. Got to use a pressure canner, but you can can that and you can use that in your own soups and it's even healthier, especially the bone broth. And you can even make vegetable bone broth. Doug and Stacy have a video on that. And it's just like a whole bunch of different vegetables. Really? a whole bunch of different vegetables, and you boil it for a certain amount of time, and then you take the broth from it, and again, you can can that. They don't can their food. They ferment their food. I don't have the salt for that. Salt is another thing you need to stock up on. Salt is one thing that's necessary. Redmond's real salt is what I use. It's healthy. It has a lot of healthy minerals and stuff in it that your body needs. Canned veggies and fruit. Okay, now with canned veggies, unless they're home canned, you don't get much out of them. Unfortunately, you're not going to starve, but you're not really going to get any nutrients out of it either. All right, you want to stay away from the heavy sodium. You want to stay away from, like with fruits, you want to stay away from the heavy syrups stuff. If you gotta use store like stuff from the store, canned goods from the store, try to make sure they're canned in their own juices. It's at least better than the heavy syrups. See there, okay, we're kind of fluctuating here. You guys go on and like the videos and share it, get it out there so more people can see that we're live. I apologize if this isn't the topics that you were hoping we'd cover. It's probably going to be a long video. We're just getting started. So, whole grains like quinoa or quinoa. I don't know really how to pronounce that. Barley, rice, farro, again, oats. Your good whole grains. Whole wheat flour is another one to stock up on. Again, you can dry can that to store it. Up here. Any of your flours, if you buy them, you can dry can them to put them up and, keep them safe. Your canned meats, like your chicken, tuna, salmon. I can't eat Vienna sausages. They make me have to go to the bathroom. So I can't do that. If you're going to stock up on like barbecue sauce, the Heinz brand, it has no high fructose corn syrup in it. Try to stay away from those. And I know it's some of the good brands, but I don't know. I mean, you can also make, but that's, more time consuming, which is not a bad thing, but because anything good is going to take some time. I haven't been able to make any yet. I have made some ketchup that turned out really good. The raw unfiltered honey, it's medicinal, very medicinal. I mean, that's going to come in really handy. You want to try to get hold of some fresh garlic. Hey, okay, we have another person in. Hey, guys, like and share, like the video, please, and share it with, some people. Your platforms, whatever, get it out there. Let them know we're live. You also want to stock up on apple cider vinegar. Okay, and then people just disappear. Apple cider vinegar, you can make it. I still haven't checked mine. It's still gonna be good, I'm sure of it. I will do that tomorrow. I'm gonna have to make myself a note of things to do tomorrow for sure. My citrus stuff, which is gonna be citrus cleaners. I've got to get some more lemons, and I'm gonna start drying the peel down, because you can also use that for meals, for seasonings, and it is really good. Lemon juice is another thing you want on hand. Elderberry syrup. Now, this is a lot pricier, and you can get it online. Just make sure that it's organic.
This conflict is,
if you're gonna get it from like Amazon, you can get it from Amazon. Just make sure it's from like reputable places. The Elderberry company is a very good company to get it from. They're a little bit pricey, but it's worth it because they make their own stuff. River Harvest is another good company to get it from. Doug and Stacy have promoted them before, not promoted them, but have talked about them before. They've gotten like different stuff from that company as well. And they're a very good, very reputable company. It's called River Harvest. Coffee and tea, try to stock up on that. Now you can get a French press to use for your coffee, or a percolator. Aaron says the percolators aren't as good. Unless you have solar, you're not going to be able to use your coffee maker in a no power situation. So make sure if you want your coffee, rather have instant coffee, which I don't know about. I'd have to try it with the creamers. You can make liquid non-dairy creamer. Now, if you have dairy goats and you have dairy or a dairy cow, you can make your own creamer. Or you can use cream right from your, fresh milk, whatever. And you can add your own flavor. You can make your own vanilla, that kind of thing. So, another thing that's a good one to stock up on is peanut butter. Just make sure it doesn't have any high fructose corn syrup in it, because you just want to stay away from that. It's really, really bad for your health. Ginger, and I'm going to say powdered ginger because it is cheaper, easier to stock up on. It's easier to find. Fresh ginger is going to be harder to keep. Now, you can get a pot, you can get the fresh ginger, and you can plant it. You just have to have a warm place for it, because ginger doesn't like cold. So, powdered milk is a good one to stock up on for, no power if you don't have dairy goats or a dairy cow. I don't care for the taste of it really, but for cooking, things like that, it's good to use. You want your spices and seasonings best fresh from your own homegrown herbs. Get your seeds, guys. Get your seeds, get your seeds, get your seeds, get your seeds. I cannot say it enough. Get your seeds. Get them while you can. Okay? I mentioned water. Stock up on water. If you live in an area that has Meijer, go to Meijer. You can get a 40-pack of water for under $7. If Walmart is your go-to, or Sam's Club, I don't know what Costco has. I don't have a Costco membership, and I've never even been there. So, as big a packs of water as you can get every single time you go. Try to make it every paycheck. If you're going to stock up on water that way, then make it every paycheck. And I'm going to have to try to do the same thing, at least for right now. And I've got to try to get that hand pump and the rainwater collection barrels. So, but with the rainwater collection, you got to have a way to filter it. So either get your filters, which I'm going to work on the same thing, or make sure you can boil that water. So, all right. So we covered, that kind of stuff. Let me check this real quick,
folks. What's happening there could boil over into something bigger. America, according to Marjorie Taylor Greene, is rich in rare earth minerals that China is trying to shut down the world from being able to process.
And then we're going to go into the other stuff.
Now, my question for you,
which is about
rich,
our farm,
why aren't they
and what we got going on.
And when you start to look at the bigger picture and see what is actually happening with this, you start to understand that America is holding out. When I was growing up, fireworks were less than legal on the 4th of July. And my dad would always have.
Hopefully you guys will be able to hear this.
That he would operate out of, and it wasn't big stuff, nothing dangerous. I'm talking firecrackers, a little bottle rocket every once in a while. Everybody lined up and down the neighborhood would have them. He would have, when the police would show up to the neighborhood, a little bag to give them. It was a holdout. They weren't going to come and search inside of your house, and he would have a little bag to give them, saying, "Okay, we're all done. Here you go. You can take it." The cops would take it and go.
Sorry, you guys.
That's what America is doing. They're taking and using everything out there. But what they show the rest of the world,
We're over an hour already.
mining,
It's okay though.
No one can come take it. And that's because America is heavily invested in staying on top and winning World War III. When it happens, and when the country of China shuts us down with an EMP, or when Russia finally sends that Satan II nuclear missile system that will reach America's shores, after that, in the fallout and aftermath, is when we will start mining these minerals.
By God, gonna dominate. Hear the state instruments of hard power.
In Chicago, roughly 300 federal agents in office, reaching several apartments within the complex. Intelligence showed that violent members of Tren Aragua were living in the complex.
So they're using this footage from the Black Hawk helicopters that they rappelled down from. They're using the footage of the members of Tren de Aragua that they took away, all military-aged men. These guys were operating on your streets. The police were doing so little about it that when I got my car broken into in Florida just a couple of years ago,
That's sad,
the
actually.
police showed up. They didn't even dust for prints. They said, yeah, they
That's
went down
sad.
the whole neighborhood. And so they said, we can dust for prints if you really want us to, but these guys aren't on the books. And so all they're going to be able to do is tie a future arrest to them, and they didn't even want to do that. These guys are going in, and they're breaking into entire neighborhoods of cars. If they find somebody in it, they're stealing from them under duress, violence, or a direct attack. These are the guys who were trafficking children outside of our country and trafficking fentanyl into our country. They're running mass smuggling and drug operations. These are not the women and children that the media wants you to believe are behind each and every one of the deportations. These are the thugs.
Okay, I got all this play. Yeah, that's one of the places that I get a lot of my information from. Mandy, I don't know if you're on, but hi, and really say hi earlier. Hi, whoever else is on. Go ahead and type in the chat. If you have any questions, type in the questions. I'll, see what we can do to answer your questions. Yeah. Full Spectrum Survival is one of the channels that I get get a lot of information from. Him and his wife Kelly scour around for a lot of different information in a lot of different places. They have a lot of different very reliable resources, so I really like his channel, and yeah. We're already an hour in, but some of the things I really wanted to talk about was our farm, Faith First Farm Homestead. I think I already said on the last one that we've definitely decided to fix the house. I'm gonna have to do some more research into that one because I really want to make sure that we can actually fix it. Now, Elaine, when she had Mandy and Abe come over here, they did say that it wasn't fixable. I'm hoping there's a way that we can make the jacks in the basement, that we get put in the basement permanent. So one of the things we're going to have to get done soon is the jacks, and those are going to be about $80 to $100 a piece. And we need at least 6 to 8 of them. So that's an expense. Something we're going to have to save money for. We have windows we have to get fixed. We have the bathroom. I mean, each room in this house needs a lot of attention. Floors need to be redone. And it's an old house. It was built during the Civil War. So, and we're making it work, but Sorry, Chloe texted me letting me know that she made it home. All right. Anyway, there's things that I still have a lot of stuff to go through. I have a lot of stuff to get rid of. I've been really trying to focus on the homestead, farm stand, that kind of thing, gardens. And I got to go out there tomorrow and pretty much get the last of the beans, the peas, tomatoes. I've got to keep an eye on the weather, on what it's going to be doing, because I don't want to lose the tomatoes that are out there. My basil has already suffered some damage. I'm probably going to have to get that in here and probably just get it in the oven and start drying it in the oven. Because otherwise I'm going to end up losing it. And I don't want to lose my basil. And yes, as far as seeds go, I do have seeds for next year. I don't have a lot. It might look like I do, but I really don't. I need to collect up on a lot more seeds, which I'm going to be doing. Like, I'm going to gotta make that a priority. So, I mean, seeds for us, that's our food. That's our livelihood. That's our, you know what I mean? Especially in a situation where that's all you got. So I'm going to have to, really make it work. And what garden foods, you're talking foods that will sustain you. Turnips are one thing. Turnips are another food. They also store very well. They're easy to grow. They grow in pretty much all kinds of soil. And they can actually be, you can use them like potatoes. They have a different taste. So, you have to kind of season them right and, kind of play around with it, but they are good. I like them. So I think I'll go into doing a video on those. I didn't even grow any this year. I didn't get them in my garden. So, but I have seeds for next year. I'm hoping to be able to get garden beds, like a ton of garden beds. So we'll see where that goes. Anyway, yeah. I got off track. I distract myself. I do that very easily. Now, as far as I'm talking about the house. Yeah. The bathroom here in the house, we need to grid down. We have our composting toilet, but I still need water to put in it because it's a flushable composting toilet. So, water, again, But see, with that, we could actually just like save water in jugs for that. I mean, same for the toilet in the bathroom. So yeah. So there's that. Bathroom, but there's a line that we have to replace for the toilet between the tank and where it goes to fill the water in the tank. Parts of the floor that need to be redone, the wall, the tub. I'd like to have a shower put in. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see. I do have a shower bag, bucket, not a bag, shower bucket with the pump that Elaine gave us. but I think you have to charge the pump. So again, that's electricity. So, I am going to look into possibly getting a generator, a solar generator. I mean, it's going to take a lot of money. So that's another thing. Money. Now, another thing you want to look into doing is, and I'm going to try to start doing this week. I get paid tomorrow. Thankfully. I don't have to work tomorrow. Anyway. Start pulling out like $20 paycheck. It might sound like a lot, but it's not. And you guys and I, like, all know that $20 is pretty much worth about what 20 cents was 50 years ago or more. $20 is not worth much. It really isn't. I mean, it might seem like it. Okay, $20 worth of gas car. Okay, I get that. But why? Pull out that $20, start doing that out of every paycheck, or as much as you can. If you can pull out 50, good. Pull out 50 or 60. Set it aside every single paycheck. Why? Because, believe it or not, as stupid as it sounds, it might come in handy after the grids do go down. Because people are going to be like, oh yeah, I'll take, But you also want to have barter items, like barter food items. You want to have barter items, like medicinal items. That's another thing. With us, I need to start stocking up on alcohols. 80 proof or higher. Your vodkas are the best to use for them. And that's about $25, $25, $30 at Meijer. So I'm going to have to start trying to work that in as well. Unless I just get them in like half gallon and it's be about $20. But still, I mean, it's $20. I might just have to give in and like start buying the tinctures. And just do it that way. And then try to just start stocking up alcohol. And then we'll have like the tinctures and stuff to use. We'll have our own little apothecary. I have the bottles. I have 36 of them. Yeah, I have 36. 2 boxes out there. I'm going to have that one. And those will be great for medicinal plants. I still have not gotten out there to get any. And that was my bad. I kept putting it off, and I lost out on all of them. So you don't want to do that. Because you have your dandelion, you have your chicory, you have your chickweed, you have your plantain, you have wild lettuce, you have mullein, which is great for your lungs. You have even stuff like oregano that, I'm actually growing it. It's a perennial. So see, that's going to be a problem for the lasagna garden out there. So I got to figure that one out. I might like cage it and like build up the lasagna layers around those because I have mint out there. I have rosemary. Rosemary's another one. Sage. Those are all have great health benefits. I know I'm missing a bunch of them. And my brain just went, duh. Your lavender. That's, I don't remember some of the health benefits for that. But you're like your rose hips, things like that. Your hawthorn is good for your heart. But you want to have that kind of stuff around. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go like I do have the dried herbs. So if I bought one bottle, that would be 1 gallon would be 4 quarts. Don't remember how many of those I have. Forgot I do have some dried herbs. Okay, and I forgot your chamomile, your calendula, echinacea. See, brain fart. My brain's running away with itself. Anyway, stuff like that. And then there's also the marshmallow. There's licorice root. Burdock root. Lily cinnamon. Your dandelion root is good for making coffee, believe it or not. I haven't done it yet. And I was going to, and I didn't. I got sidetracked. And it's a really bad thing. You can also use raspberry leaves and strawberry leaves for brewing your own teas. And they're really healthy and very good for you. I've actually done it, and it is really good. So you can take those leaves and dry them down. And let's see, for some reason, ours already dried down. But you can dry those down and keep them, and make sure you have one of those diffuser balls, or you can make your own tea bags, or you can buy the bags and make your own tea that way. So all right. So yeah, anyway, again, I got off the subject, but like, yeah, there's the homemade medicines, and I think what I'm probably gonna have to get some alcohol for tinctures, and I'm gonna have to do them with the dried herbs that I have, because I do have chamomile. I think I have calendula. I have echinacea. I have a few other ones. I don't know what they are though. I already used all my basil. I love basil. I'm one of my favorites. Then I have to get myself an homemade, home apothecary to use. You want to stock up on your medical stuff like bandages and band-aids and that kind of stuff. You never know. So anyway, I don't even know how I got off on that from the house. But personally, okay. One of the reasons why we decided to just fix the house is because Aaron still wants to live in the house, for one. It's a big house. I personally think it would be better for us to put the money and the time and the effort into this instead of out there. And we can still use that as part of the homestead. Alrighty then. Oh. Sorry. Yeah. It was just me. It makes more sense to put the money and the time and effort into the house. And then, have the extra area for gardening and orchard. That's another thing. Orchard. Faith First Farm and Homestead Orchard. Faith First Farm and Homestead. So FFF and H. FFF and H. I started writing that on my price tags on stuff on the farm stand. Which, by the way, no one has stopped for the farm stand. I haven't put stuff out in a while. But nobody stopped when I did have it out. So, I don't know what the deal is with that. Of course, my mom had issues too when she would just have like a yard sale. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about combining farm stand stuff with kind of a yard sale or whatever one of these times. But I got to go through crap upstairs. So, anyway. But the orchard. This on a separate piece of paper. Now, I am still going to do work on setting up and planting and growing food forest out there. Basically a lifetime of food. Lots of perennials. It's going to be fruit trees. I want to, I almost said I need to. Kind of need to, but it's more of an I want to redo our grid as far as gridding out the property. Our orchard. We have one peach tree. That's an Alberta peach. I need to get mosquito netting to put over the top of the trees. And probably over my garden areas. To keep the bugs out. I'm actually very highly considering doing covered garden. Because of all the chemicals that they've been spraying in the skies and crap. We have one nectarine tree, which we got nothing out of, which is another reason why I want the mosquito netting to cover it. But we also have to move that compost pile, which is going to be piled and layered into the lasagna garden. So I'm going to write mosquito netting. Mosquito. All right. We have one apple tree, which is Honeycrisp, and I did get one apple off from last year and none this year because of the Japanese beetles. And we have one plum tree, and someone stole all our plums, which I'm still not happy about. Still very, 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 very unhappy about that. And yes, drinking caffeine late at night. Probably should not be, but I'm being stupid. Now, what we need to get. Still need. And I don't think I'm going to get to Family Farm and get any more trees. So I'm hoping, really, really hoping, and I still have all my peach pits, all my cherry pits. Oh, we have 2 cherry trees too. Keep forgetting about my cherry trees because they're not like over here and they're brand new and no fruit because obviously they're only 2 years old. So 2 Royal Land cherry trees. still need 3 peach, 4 pear, and I'm gonna say, well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go 4 of each tree for our orchard. Is that a lot? Yes, it is. If we can get it to where they are all growing good, and I'm gonna have to put a lot of work into them, and I know that, and I haven't been, and that's. I need to completely focus on the homestead and, doing everything for the garden and for the food forest and everything I need to. So 3 peach trees, 4 pear. I say 3 because we have 1. We need 3 more nectarine trees. Money-wise, is this a realistic amount? No, because we don't have a lot coming in. But I do have a lot of ideas, so we need 3 more apple trees. However, I'm probably going to get more than 3. No, because I was going to do 2 Brayburn. I'm just kind of thinking of doing 4 Brayburn and 4 Honeycrisp. That's 8 more. Well, I don't know. I might actually check and see if they have any more trees this week. And if they do, I might just buy them. Because I want my trees. Okay. Three more plum trees. 2 more Royal Anne cherry trees. And Royal Anne is the yellowish orange cherries. Sorry, guys, if we're not covering the topics that you were hoping for. I hope it's not boring for you. It'd be less boring if you guys would talk to me and leave comments and stuff like that. No one's on now. All right. 2 Royal Anne, and then 4. I would love to get the black Tartarian cherry trees, because those are a very dark red sweet cherry. And then I would love 4 of the pie cherry trees. Now I'm cherries because I personally love cherries, and I might look into getting 4 Stella cherry trees. God willing, we end up having through next spring before all what breaks loose. I'm gonna try to get the trees that we really want. For apricot trees. And that's gonna give us a lot for our fruit trees. That's gonna give us 4 of each one. The peach, pear. The pear, I've got to make sure they have pollinators. The nectarine, the apple trees, the plum trees, Royal Anne cherry. That's the yellow cherry. You guys keep blinking on and off. And the dark red sweet cherries, and then the pie cherries, and the Stella cherries. That's another sweet cherry, but I love my cherries. apricots. Now for our greenhouse, which I'm probably just gonna build. I'm gonna get on that in a minute. And yeah, I know we're hour and a half in. I apologize, you guys. There's just a lot going on, and this is just, you know. All right. The greenhouse trees, which the greenhouse we're gonna build. I'm gonna try to see if I can start finding pallets this week. If I go by, you know, along the lines of one of the videos that I watched, I'm building a pallet greenhouse. It'll take about 26 pallets. Now, I could do one with about 15 to 20. This wouldn't be as big. It just has to be tall. So, still probably need about 30 or 40 of them because I'm going to end up having to stack them. Or I'll have to get, like, the cinnamon. Cinnamon is being a butthead. You know. All right. Because one thing with a greenhouse, I want to be able to grow my lemon trees. I would love to get. Gotta check and see how they're doing. I haven't been out there in a while. I had blood orange trees growing, ruby red grapefruit trees, and lemon. We'll see how they're doing. Out in that trailer. I mean, it hasn't gotten too cold yet, so. But again, we're going to build a greenhouse, and I'm probably just going to get another propane tank. Maybe a couple more. With another one of those heaters. And just heat it that way. I would like to get pomegranate trees. I don't know if I could grow pomegranates here. I don't think I can. Now, off grid. The gardening channel with James Gioni, I do believe he's growing pomegranates. But I think his climate is different than ours. Yeah, it is. Because his zone is 7 something. 7A or something like that. And ours is 5. So I don't think pomegranates will grow. So it would have to be in the greenhouse. Fig trees. I don't know about banana. I'm whatever. I don't know. I'm not. Yeah. Oh, and I would love to get the orange trees. So, anyway, but I'll probably have to, like, I don't know if my lemon, blood orange, and ruby red are gonna grow. So we'll see. So that, like, the greenhouse trees, and I want to be able to line those in a certain area in the greenhouse and know that there's going to be enough space. We'll see. So, greenhouse. We are going to be building the greenhouse. It's going to take too long to get the money saved up to buy one because, first of all, it's not covered on Prime. The shipping is going to be about $100. So that's at least 2 paychecks right there. No, not 2 paychecks. It'd be taking $50 out of each paycheck to try to get it. Okay. So that's 2 paychecks. For just me pulling the money out, it will be 2 weeks. for just the shipping. The greenhouse itself, okay, that's added into it. But even if I choose one that's like $189.99, it would still be way over $200. It's already in October. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to look at both sides of the coin here. If I'm gonna look around and see how easy it would be to get the materials that we need. I already priced the plastic for the greenhouse. To cover the greenhouse itself, about $25 for a nice big roll of it. Heavy duty. I have a staple gun. I'll have to get more staples for it. Not out, but I'm gonna need more staples. I would need the wood support beams, that kind of thing, supports, whatever. Now, if I buy one, it's going to be with the polycarbonate sheeting or plastic, hard plastic. So it's going to be sturdier, I feel. I don't know. It's still kind of a toss-up thing, but I got to make sure it's tall enough for those trees, big enough. And if you try to get a big greenhouse, you're going to spend way more money. So that's why I'm kind of, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I'm 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. I might actually get a small greenhouse to start with, and then maybe work on saving the money up for a bigger one or getting the materials to make a bigger one. I don't know. So, but we do need a greenhouse. We need a place so we can, start our seeds, that kind of thing. All right. I don't know if I'm going to buy another structure, a greenhouse, for the farm stand structure or not. I'm actually very much considering building it. I know, building it again. It wouldn't really take much to do that. The only thing that I need to make sure and do is me and Aaron would have to make sure that it could be locked. That either something can come down, fold down, or, we do doors that we can close and lock. Because, that's kind of the farm livelihood, because that's going to be where money is going to be coming in at. So, and on the farm stand, I'm still working on getting a lot of stuff done. I mean, I haven't really worked on painting in a while. I really need to work on the t-shirts and stuff like that. A lot of the farm stand is going to be more of a craft stand for a while. I still have apple seeds to plant. Oh my gosh, I never got those done. It's another reason we need the greenhouse. Now we don't have a good heated place. It's not warm. They're still in the fridge. So. Yeah. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I really do want to put on the farm stand. And eventually I will. This side of grid's going down. Next year, I can get our garden beds, get them filled, do our lasagna gardens, have, get the food forest going, and get a lot more food growing. Get my preservation methods, even with, stocking up on Redmond's real salt so I can do my ferments and that kind of thing, so it's even healthier food. then there's going to be a lot more produce on the farm stand. We did sell some peaches. We made about $100, close to $100 on the farm stand this year, or through the farm stand. Now, I didn't have like peaches sitting out for the farm stand, but I did sell about $100 worth of peaches this year. So, and they were $15 a bag. I might make them 20 next year. You know, again, if we're still on this side of grids going down. I'm hoping to be able to have cucumbers to put on there next year and zucchini. I never got zucchini in the ground this year. I got to completely redo my garden beds. Completely. I would love to be able to get a garden bed for every single type of seed I have. However, seeds benefit from companion planting. So, I've got to do a lot of vertical. You know, I need to get my other cattle panel or other fencing to put up for vines and plants and stuff to grow up. Another thing I really want to be able to get for our orchard is our berry bushes, which I've got to replant. I don't even know how to. I've got to do the canes. I've got to cut the canes for black raspberry, blackberry. Oh, those are the two main ones. I need to buy my grapevines. The red. I want my Concord. The black. And the green. Now, again, it's going to take a while for them to grow, you know. But once this stuff is planted and you take good care of it, it's going to give you food down the road. So it is worth the time and effort. I want to get some gooseberry bushes. Now I'm going to stay away from the goji berries because James from the gardening channel is having a lot of problems with those bushes. He said they're invasive. They take over everything. They're just not a great add to your garden. Gooseberry berry. And I'm gonna say probably 10 of each one. That's a lot. It really is. Now with the grapes, we're gonna go 4 to 5 of each different type. And I know I have to make space for this, and I will. So it's another reason why I've decided for us to just fix the house, because we can use that out there. Now, I might still add on to the trailer. We'll see. Now, there might be some changes. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Blueberry. Definitely have to have the blueberry bushes. Oh my goodness, have to have my blueberries. And I want to go 10 of those. I would love to go the pink lemonade blueberries. And I can get those. Even Walmart sold those. So that'll give us 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Not different, obviously, but 50 big bushes for food. Now, we have boysenberry. Probably going to have to weed that out. Put a fence around it. And literally make that a boysenberry patch. Because I don't think there's any cleaning that out. Not the way it is. It's just the way it is. It's just. So we do have the boysenberry. That's just a mess out there. But again, that'll give us, our black raspberries, our blackberries, gooseberries, blueberries, pink lemonade blueberries, pink lemonade bushes. Wow. And the boysenberries. And then, of course, your strawberries. And I'm going to have to get some more strawberry plants. I have to do much bigger beds for the strawberries. And I have to plant them farther apart. Small beds are not working. Plus, we have to be able to deal with the runners. So, other reason. I think what I'm going to do with the strawberries is I'm going to set up a much bigger area for them and spread them out a lot so the runners can spread out. Then I still have to be able to deal with runners. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have like the materials to add a second bed, to those. But plus I'm also going to sell those plants. And I was going to do that this year, and I was having problems with keeping the runners in the dirt in the pots so they would root in there, and by the time they did, it made a mess of that bed. So I'm going to have to do that differently, obviously. And I'm going to get more of the Ozark and the Pineberry. Now, I do want the yellow gold alpine. And then I want the red alpine. So we'll be doing well on fruit, I would say. So that's all part of the food forest. So that's like all perennial stuff, all stuff that comes back every year once it starts fruiting. The cranberry bushes have kind of really pruned those down. The cranberry bushes right now are a nightmare. Yeah, I'm going to work on that when we start working on the goat area. Yeah, that's going to be mainly our orchard. So I still want the fall gold raspberries if I can get them to grow. I still have one growing. And then the royal purple. Okay. So that'll give us, that's a really good setup for orchard and food forest area. And what I'm going to do around each one of those, I will plant the plants that are helpers for those. So I'm also planning on doing asparagus beds. And I'm getting more rhubarb as well, and that's a perennial. I gotta clean that area out. My poor rhubarb, I swear. I've got to get some good mulch. I got to try to get a hold of like some good organic wood chips on a lot of them. So anyway. Well, I mean, that's kind of like in a nutshell what we're planning on doing. There's a big possibility that Andrew will be coming up here. Hopefully soon. Now, I might consider putting a tiny home out there. It's another reason I'm considering adding onto the trailer. Oh gosh. Sorry. I don't know, that's kind of still up in the air kind of thing. Just depends, you know. But I think I'm gonna wrap this up because it's going on 2 hours. But you know, just be vigilant. Get your affairs in order. Get your props. You know, figure everything out. Your water, your food, quick food, get your seeds. Figure out your garden area, and you can garden even if it's container gardening. Figure out a way, like, get your potting soils, go somewhere and buy them. Your farm stores still should have some. You can buy ingredients to make it. So, you know, just do what you can. All right. Do what you can for your family, for survival. You know, stock up on water if you have to. Anyway. And do your research. Try to start getting some books, you know, so you have information on homesteading and how-tos and that kind of thing. So you're at least somewhat prepared, and make sure you have a way to heat your home. Excuse me. Make sure you have a way to cook. There's a lot involved. Make sure, you know, you can have your medicines. Herbal medicines are the best because you can't beat natural medicines. Look into getting the books from Nicole Appelian, Lost Book of Herbal Remedies 1 and 2. I don't have the second one, I have the first one. But I am going to get off from here. I'm going to wrap this up, you guys. We will be doing another live again in a week. I just don't know exactly what day. I have tomorrow off. I'm not going live again tomorrow. I'm going to be working on other videos. But I also have a lot of stuff to do from the garden tomorrow. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. And keep your head up. Do your research. Stay vigilant. Get things ready for your house, for your home, for your family. And make sure you have that food and water and all that stuff. So get your seeds, get ready, and just keep your eyes and ears open. And check your subscriptions. Always check those subscriptions. Make sure you're still subscribed. Click on that notification bell. Click on all to make sure you get all the notifications. And I think that's about it. Another video I'm going to do at some point here, I'm going to write this down, is on my homemade cocoa. Made cocoa powder. All right. Sorry, that was just a random thought. Anyway, I'm going to get off from here, and I will see you guys on the next video, which will more than likely be tomorrow. I don't even know if I can get another one to upload right now. I'm also going to be working on the binder. I started working on it a few days ago. I'm going to try to get started on it tomorrow. Again, I'm going to try it out first and see how it goes. So I will get back with you guys on that, and please feel free to leave comments, talk to me, share the videos, like and share the videos, and pass them on, and do your research, get those books and everything else. And let me know what books you guys have, and I will see you guys in the next video. You guys take care, and keep your head up, stay vigilant, and keep your eyes and ears open. Bye, guys.